you're listening to the One Idjit's Thoughts on podcast, day 5 of the 12 days of trivia during the Dog Days of Advent Challenge. I'm your host, Paul Mackey, and I'm joined in studio by my lovely wife, Darcy.
Hello, hello.
And remotely by our special guest, Amy Bowen.
Hello, everybody.
And Darcy says my questions are too hard, but hopefully they're still fun.
We'll find out once we find out what the answers are, which I really don't know.
Oh, yes, that's true. Okay, so number 1 was name the film that was the directing debut of stuntman Hal Needham, grossing $127 million off of $4.3 million budget. The plot involved smuggling Coors.
Hey, I have an idea.
Do you?
But it's because it's the only beer movie I know.
Oh.
And it has my dog in it.
Yeah, it's not that one for sure.
But
it's not that movie.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be with my dog Hosehead.
Yeah, no.
Strange Brew.
Strange Brew is like 1983. 6 years later. And also, I hate to say it, as much as you might like Bob and Doug McKenzie, Strange Brew did not gross $127 million.
What?
I'm certain. I could look it up. I could look it up to make sure, but I'm pretty sure. All right, so the answer is Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh.
That had to do with beer?
Hal Needham's second installment of the series grossed $66 million, but the third installment was produced without his involvement. The third installment also only featured Burt Reynolds in a cameo appearance. That one grossed $7 million on a budget of $9 million. So Coors Banquet beer doesn't have any added preservatives, so it was unavailable in many states beyond a certain distance from the brewery in Golden, Colorado, until more recently when it has been shipped in refrigerated bulk to bottling centers in every region.
Never knew that.
But I'm pretty sure that maybe like Coors Light and other varieties of Coors besides the original Banquet beer are probably more laden with preservatives.
I'm feeling like maybe I should have taken that tour sometime in my life, and I never did.
The Coors tour, right in Golden, right outside of town for you, really.
I never went. Not interested. Don't enjoy their beer, really. But, everybody's got their own thing.
Well, growing up, you didn't really have a whole lot of interest in beer either, most likely.
No, it was nasty.
All right, so that one is Smokey and the Bandit. One of those words is one of the words we're looking for.
Okay, and that's got to be it.
Sure.
Right. Yes, okay. All right, so the second question was name the television series produced twice, both times featuring Kristen Bell in a pivotal but uncredited role. And that TV series is Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl?
The show had its first run on CW beginning in 2007, running for 6 seasons, the last of which was a short 10-episode order that was intended to be the last before it began filming, so it wasn't abruptly canceled.
Okay.
And it was revived at HBO Max in 2021 by the creators of the original series and continued to feature Kristen Bell as the unseen, titular Gossip Girl.
Oh, I never knew that.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm not sure which rock I was living under at that point.
Basically, the whole series had, an off-screen narration from Gossip Girl saying, "Here's the dish on what's going on around town this week, and here's the story that we're about to look at," and then you go into the scenes in live action, and then that kind of thing. Because it was supposed to be a Gossip Girl as a blogger.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
So, yes. HBO greenlit the revival without a pilot in 2019, but the pandemic delayed production and resulted in the 2021 release date. The revival series was canceled after a total of 22 episodes over 2 seasons.
Okay.
So, adding to one of the words from Smokey and the Bandit, you'll add one of the words from Gossip Girl.
Okay.
All right, and then back to the film. Name a 1997 sci-fi horror film written and directed by Guillermo del Toro with insects bred to kill diseased cockroaches.
Okay, the only one I could even think of, like, around the same time was The Fly. That is not correct, but...
Yeah, no, that's a good. That was 1986. So 1997 is 1997 is quite a bit later than 1986. Anyways, the movie is called Mimic.
Oh.
The film was beset with conflict during initial shooting, and Harvey Weinstein clashed with Del Toro on set, though a truce was later established by the film's star Mira Sorvino, which might not have been all that easy. You can look into Mira Sorvino's account of Harvey Weinstein yourself if you're unfamiliar. I'm not going into it. Hopefully don't have to point out that Weinstein is not a very nice guy.
No. I didn't even hear of that movie, of course. Not that I was really plugged into that at the time.
And, of course, along with disowning the theatrical cut, Del Toro also had no involvement in the 2 direct-to-video sequels.
Weird.
So, like the last few times, I'll give you another opportunity at the extra point as I list the answers, followed by a pause. So the 3 words that you're working with, are bandit, gossip, and mimic.
I've got nothing, Paul. You
Fine.
have stumped me once again.
All right.
Yep, I'm afraid I didn't know any of the answers either until you told me.
At least I'm not alone this time.
So, all right. So what do they have in common? William Shakespeare is credited with the creation or first use of all of these words. In Henry VI, in the Henry VI Part 1, Comedy of Errors, and Midsummer Night's Dream, respectively.
Wow.
Giles Brandreth points out that, quote, in truth, many of Shakespeare's new words were created by using existing nouns as verbs, verbs as adjectives, reframing their original meanings, adding prefixes, suffixes, or simply taking the Latin derivatives and playing around with them to come up with something a little bit different, end quote. And additionally, of course, many of the words had their first documented usage in Shakespeare's plays. While their usage might have been otherwise common to that point, they weren't actually in print.
That's interesting. But that's pretty obscure, Paul.
It's pretty obscure.
Pretty darn obscure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it is a really fun fact to know.
It is.
Yes. So with the 4 points from this quiz, the total cumulative possible score is 16 over the course of the episode so far.
Huh.
All right. Well, Amy Bowen, thank you for joining us today.
You're very welcome. It was so good to talk to you and be on your show again.
Yeah, we're recording just on the first day of the 12-day span of the Dog Days of Advent, but I've also heard a little bit of your Advent Words series for Dog Days already.
Yep, I decided I'm doing the 12 days this time. I did the first 2 days and then ran out of momentum and took a hiatus, and now that it's getting to be those last 12 days before Christmas, I'm getting started again. I record at ameliabowen.com, and I share meditations that I make up based on what's on the Advent Word Instagram account. And I hope to provide a little bit of an opportunity for reflection.
All right.
Go check out Advent Word on Instagram to find out more.
And, of course, you can join all of us, if you aren't already doing it, at the dogdaysofpodcasting.com and getting the mega feed to listen to everybody all at once.
Yep.
Well, not all at once. You probably listen to one at a time.
One at a time would be better. That way you can actually hear it.
I'm
All
back
right.
in it now.
Yes, well, very good. Thank you, and it was great to talk to you. All right, well, I should name those television shows, the 5 television shows referenced last time for the bonus points. I'll read the phrase and detail which shows those are. I Should Scrub, that would be Scrubs. This quiz for one with different anatomy,
Grey's Anatomy.
which references Grey's Anatomy. That May Well Be, referencing the series Marcus Welby, LMD.
Welby. Who, do you remember that? He, went to people's houses.
Yeah, that's a doctor, man.
That is a real doctor.
That's a doctor. Perhaps I should have looked elsewhere.
Seen elsewhere.
Thank you. But heck, my house.
Oh, house.
House.
Yeah,
My rules.
Yeah, yep.
So, yeah, I'm sure that you might have spotted House, a.k.a. House MD, the Hugh Laurie starring medical show. So, with the 4 main points, plus the 5 bonus, the cumulative score so far comes to 21. All right, next up in studio, we have my friend and colleague, Luke Moravec.
Hey!
Luke hosts a daily radio show, a weekly trivia night, and other various hosting and performing duties around town. I probably don't even have a full idea of everything you do. Like, what do you do with the railroad?
I think I've forgotten half the things that I do. So the railroad, once every year, for several weeks, I am involved with the Christmas City Express.
Okay.
It's a book that my wife and I wrote after the depot decided that they didn't want to do the Polar Express anymore. They wanted to have something that was uniquely kind of Northland, uniquely Duluth. And so that's been happening since 2013. I get a chance to put on the conductor's outfit and go down there and be part of the story and the experience, and it's a hoot. It's a hoot.
Yeah, I think our kids have promoted that on the air on the public television station in the past, a while back.
When they were like little,
For smaller children, not college age.
oh,
So, like I said, Luke hosts the Monday Night Trivia quiz that Darcy and I attend, but today I'll be the one asking the questions.
I'm excited for this turning of the tables. It's been a long time since I've been on this side of
well,
it,
he's
so I'm
gonna
excited.
pick your brain. I'll tell you.
All right.
I know you did a few. I know you followed along a little bit on the one Monsters quiz in August. So
I think I did okay on that, like maybe just a little ahead of the curve.
I think I had 10 questions. There wasn't a hidden theme,
I
so.
don't remember that one.
But today it's 3 questions, and they all come into a hidden theme, and then we'll see where we go from there. Whether we have time for another.
All right, let's go for it.
Dig it.
All right, question 1. Fairly recently was the American celebration of Thanksgiving, always held on a Thursday, followed by the more commercial celebration the next day, Black Friday. In any case, the day after Thanksgiving is known under a second name as well, so please fill in the blank of by blank day. I'll also mention for our trivia teammates at home listening along on the podcast, and for Luke here, that I wrote this question a week before it appeared on the Monday Night Trivia quiz recently.
Okay. I think I remember this.
Right.
And if I don't have it exact, I think I have a pseudonym of the
Yes.
correct answer. But I think I've got
Yes.
it.
I don't have it, and I'm going to give you guys something to laugh about.
Oh, good.
All right.
So by blank day, that's the first one. And then secondly, we're looking for a title in common between a 1997 episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Oh, I'm already out.
which guest starred Jason Behr, who would go on to star on Roswell a couple years later,
Okay.
and a Fox television series that began in 2009 starring Tim Roth, in which he played a doctor who headed a team of consultants who aided in the questioning of suspects and witnesses.
Oh, maybe I've got it.
I forget his name. I'm just going to put down his character names because that's all I can remember.
I think I might have it, but it's a real shot in the dark.
And then the last one that I have is what common term describes a type of parachute jump, an effective cognitive bias, or a graphical element common in certain iconography?
Whoa, one more time, please.
yeah, I lost you on the second one.
I could have maybe simpled this up a little, but okay.
Go for it.
What common term can describe, all three, a type of parachute jump, an effect of cognitive bias, or a graphical element common in certain iconography?
Effect of cognitive bias?
Yes. That one might be... You might be right that some of these are hard, and that one might be one of the ones that's hard.
What was that last third again?
The last third was a graphical element common in certain iconography. And I guess I'll give the additional hint that we're talking about religious iconography, not icons on computer screens or something like that.
Okay.
So for those 3 questions, the listeners should figure out a common theme for the answers and come back next time. Luke, you'll of course be here next episode for the answers.
Yeah, and I'm still working on them. Let's not rush.
Yes. But if you do want to plug or promote anything at the end of this episode before we go to the theme music, you can.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, why not? I'm in a one-man band.
Yes.
Does that sound good?
Sure.
Oh, it does sound good, by the way, you guys. I've heard it.
It's got a great name.
Yes, the band is Zeb or Zeke and the Runaway Screamings. We've been playing shows around town since 2016. We've been in Homegrown a number of times. We're playing a couple of holiday shows. One, I suppose it's already going to be done by the time people are hearing this, but
possibly.
Yeah, we'll be playing plenty of gigs in 2025. We're looking forward to it. I'll do a lot of original songs about Scooby-Doo. It's ridiculous.
It is. It is so fun. If you get a chance, go.
Yeah, and we're on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, so you can see some of our videos there.
Very good.
Excellent.
Okay. Well, we'll call it an episode for now and say happy hunting.
Happy hunting.
Happy hunting. Is that what you say at the end?
That's what we said.
Happy hunting. That's fun to be a part of.
You've been listening to the One Idjit's Thoughts On podcast, produced by Paul Mackey in association with Nimlas Studios. Any short clips of audio from shows is included under fair use for commentary purposes, and copyright for that content remains with its original copyright holders. The theme song is Too Good by Jack Mangan and is used by his generous permission. One Idjit's Thoughts is produced under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. You can find more episodes of this podcast and many other fine podcasts at nimlas.org. You can contact me by emailing idjitcastpodcast@gmail.com or commenting on episodes at nimlas.org.
Let's make our own memories.
Secret bonus category B, number 1 is Eclipse.